Good morning, collectors. Welcome to another Rookie Card Collector 123 video. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at another Baseball Hall of Famer and their top 10 early rookie card options, as well as low population cards from early in the career as well. So today's episode, we're going to look at Jim Bottomley, also nicknamed Sunny Jim. Bottomley was a star, primarily first baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals. The majority of his career began his career in the early to mid 1920s and would play through the 20s and 1930s as well. So Bottomley played during the era where there was not a whole lot of cards other than strip cards and exhibits. So we're going to find a few of those coming up throughout the top 10 checklist today. So there's really two rookie card options for Bottomley. We'll start off with those two. One of them is issued over a 2-year time frame. The other one is issued in 1 year. So I'm going to go with the 1 year first because that's more definitive. So the 1923 Maple Crispet Jim Bottomley would be the first rookie card option we're going to talk about. The Maple Crispet series was a black and white, mainly head portrait shots of ball players. These are quite scarce. They were produced in Canada and similar to the William Patterson issue from the same time period. But the Maple Crispets, like I said, a scarce issue. Populations on these are probably for the top players, somewhere in the 20s, 30s, maybe. Some of the more common players that everybody did not collect or save, probably lower than that. So the first Bottomley rookie option would be that 1923 Maple Crispet. The second Bottomley rookie option is a 1923 to 24, so it's going to span that 2-year time frame. And this is going to be one of the exhibit issues. The 23-24 exhibit series is one of the lower production run issues put out by the Exhibit Supply Company out of Chicago. And of course, makes that one of the harder series to find. And Bottomley being a rookie card in there makes it even more challenging. Another rookie from that series was also Al Simmons, who was the great Philadelphia Athletics outfielder, primarily through the 20s and 1930s. So Bottomley, second rookie option would be that 23-24 exhibit card, picturing him with St. Louis. Third Bottomley we're going to look at is another exhibit card. This is a 1925 exhibit. Those are also one of the tougher series, possibly the toughest out of the 1920s issues. These were ones that came in a black and white duotone image. The bottom of the card, either on the left corner or the right corner, would have the player's name with the team and the NL or AL, and that would be included in a box at the very bottom of the card. And the gray and white duotone image identifies that it's a 1925 series. Some of these photos from there we've reused again in 26, 27, and 28. And they were in different tones of either blue or green to differentiate the year that the issue came out. Some of the photos were new in 25 and then changed in the preceding years, but some of them were reused over and over again. Next one we're going to talk about is the 1926 to 29, or some places have this one cataloged as 1925 to 31, which brings an even broader range of possibilities as far as year issued. These are the postcard back exhibits. So again, these were in the penny arcade vending machines, and you put in a nickel or a penny, you turn the dial, and one card came out, and that was your card. It was a mystery. You did not know which card you were going to get. And Bottomley appears in that 26 to 29 postcard back exhibit series. As the name implies, this exhibit series was not blank backed like all the earlier ones, Most of these came with postcard markings on the back, although there were some produced from that issue that were blank back as well. Next one we're going to talk about for Bottomley is the 1926 Spalding, or some catalogs have it listed as the Sports Company of America. It's a small black and white card, and usually a very clear image on the card, real photograph. Babe Ruth's in this set, as well as a number of the other stars from the 1920s. And Bottomley appears in this Spalding slash Sports Company of America series. These are pretty tough. Population on these are probably somewhere in the 10 to 20 range. Not as rare as the Maple Crispets, but probably a more challenging items to look for compared to most of the exhibit issues from the 1920s. Next one we're going to talk about is extremely rare and almost impossible to find even a single example from the set at all, let alone the particular card like Jim Bottomley. This one is a 1927. It's called MIDI Bread Die Cuts. For the obvious reason, the cards were cut out in the form of die cuts. Just the ball player image is cut out in that format. These are picturing the St. Louis Cardinals, and I believe there was also St. Louis Browns that year. Those are the only teams with St. Louis that they produced. There's a Chick Hafey in that series, which is the Hafey True Rookie card. Because of how rare it is, though, I believe there's only 2 or 3 known to exist. Very tough option to try to look for that one. And very tough to try to look for the Bottomley. I did not check the population report, but again, probably under 5 for just about everybody in that Cardinals MIDI bread die cut set. Next one we're going to look at is originally was cataloged as 1927, has since been revised to 1929 to 30, or just 1930 even. It's a W560, so it's one of the strip card series from the 20s. This one has an actual player image in the center in a circle. So it's a little nicer than many of the strip cards, which are really just very crude drawings of the ball player. A lot of times they don't even resemble features of the ball player at all. So the Bottomley is a pretty nice image of him. These are pictured inside of a playing card suit. So in other words, if you have a playing card deck of cards with 52 cards, you've got diamonds, spades, clubs, and hearts. So the Bottomley would come on one of those different suits with the circle portrait of him in the center, and then the playing card built around him. They printed these sheets in a black format, black duotone, a red duotone, and then also a mix black and red on the same cards. The black and reds tend to be the toughest ones to find, the ones with both colors on it. But most of the players were printed with at least 2 different variations. So the Bottomley 1929 to 30 W560. Next Bottomley we're going to look at is another 1929 issue. This is the Cash-In. Cash-In is a almost square black and white card. Most of these were full body poses. A lot of them were action poses, making them a little different than many of the other 20s cards that we've looked at so far. The Cash-Ins tended to have really nice images, and backs on those were blank. And there was also most of the time, in most cases, the exact same image was used to produce a W554, which was a much larger version of the Cash-In image. It got grouped as a strip card with the W designation in the front, and those are from 1930. Okay, next one we're going to talk about, the 9th different Jim Bottomley, was the 1929 Leader Novelty. So those were cards from a candy box, and they were issued with that packaging. These are extremely rare. Most of the Leader Novelties populations, I think, are all just about under 10. A lot of them are more like in the five to 10 range. I did not look up Bottomley, but I'm sure he probably falls into that 5 to 10 category. And one of the nice early Bottomley images as well. And the last one we're going to talk about today for Bottomley is going to be a foreign issue, similar to the Maple Crispet, which was produced in Canada. This one is the Bagor chocolates. These were produced in Cuba in 1930, and they include Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and all the biggest stars of the day. There's a Al Lopez rookie card in that series. I believe that's the only true rookie in there. And the Jim Bottomley Bagor chocolate, it's a very small square card. It's about 1 inch and 1 inch all the way around. And it's real photograph, developed on real photographic type of paper. Those are, again, very rare. Populations on those are going to be under 10 for just about everybody. Excuse me, and everybody in that set as well. So that's going to wrap up today's episode on Jim Bottomley, a couple of rookie card options, and then several different low population alternatives to seek out for Bottomley collectors, Hall of Fame collectors. Hope you enjoyed learning about some of the Jim Bottomley cards today. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys again on the next one.